Hi, Miss Kazera's friends. Today we are going to continue our moon animation on Seesaw. So the first thing I would like you to do is open your Chromebooks and get to Seesaw. When you get to Seesaw, you will see your feed of your journal. You're going to go down till you find moon phases. Yours is going to look a little bit different than mine. But when you find moon phases, there should be an orange box here that says continue or update response, something like that, right by moon phases. It should be right around here. Can you click that orange rectangle for me? And that will open up your moon phases activity. We finished slide 1 for full moon. We finished slide 2 for waning gibbous. Now we're on slide 3. I'm going to pause here so you can get, or you can pause the video until you get to slide 3. Okay, if you look in your moon book, I see we did our waning gibbous the next moon on page 3. So it's really nice because the slide that we're on is also the same as the page in your moon book. So we're on slide 3, so page 3 is a half moon. So you need to make sure this purple hand is selected. Then we're going to click on the T because we want to type, and we are going to type half moon. Okay, we're going to make it nice and big. Alrighty, can everybody type half moon for me? And we'll pause until you're ready. Okay, now that you have half moon typed, we are going to go back to our shading because if you look in your moon book, half the moon is shaded. So I'm going to go in and get my middle marker, our shading marker, which is the middle one here. It probably went back to yellow, so you need to move it down till it's a grayish color. Remember, if you chose a darker color for the moon, you have to choose a darker color for shading. I'm going to start by dividing my moon all the way in half. And now I have to shade in this whole half. And to make it easier, I'm going to click on the pen and I'm going to make my pen size really big so it'll be easier to shade. So can you shade in half of your moon for our half moon? And then you can pause until everybody's done with their shading in slide 3. Alrighty, my friends, we are going on to slide 4, which is our crescent moon. If you look on page 4 in your moon book, we have our crescent moon, so our shadow is getting even bigger. So I'm going to go to page 4. Remember, you can check because if you close the menu, it'll say 4 out of 8. So when we go to page 4, we need to type the name of our moon, and this is a waning crescent. So we're going to type waning crescent, C-E-N-T. I'm going to make it bigger. You can change the color of your words if you would like. It does not matter to me. Waning crescent. All right, so you can pause until everybody gets waning crescent typed on slide 4. Okay, now we're going to do our shading. So if you look in your moon book, our waning crescent, almost the whole moon is in a shadow. So I'm going to go get my shading marker, and I'm going to shade almost the whole moon except for this little crescent piece on the side. And then I'm going to go in and shade everything else. Okay, so that should be our waning crescent. We can pause until everybody has their waning crescent shaded in. All right, we're ready for slide 5. Look on page 5 of your moon book. Page 5 of your moon book is a new moon. So I'm going to go to my T for typing, and I'm going to click on the T and type new moon. And after I get it typed, I'm going to make it bigger. Move it over here. Okay, so you can pause until everybody has new moon typed. Okay, we're ready for shading. Look in your moon book with the new moon, the whole moon is shaded in. So I am going to take my shading pen and I'm going to draw my shadow over the whole moon. You can take your pen and draw your shadow over the whole moon. Okay, we are going to pause until everybody gets their new moon shaded in. Alrighty, now we're on slide 6. If you look on page 6 of your moon book, you will see that slide 6 is a crescent moon. And we already had our waning crescent moon. So now this one is our waxing crescent moon. So I'm going to click on my T to type. And I'm going to type waxing crescent. I'm going to make it nice and big. Waxing crescent. All right, we will pause until everybody has waxing crescent typed. Okay, now we're going to shade in our waxing crescent. So our waxing crescent is kind of like our waning crescent, but now our crescent is on the opposite side. So I'm going to take my shading pen, and now I'm going to shade everything except for a little crescent shape on the right side. So your waxing crescent should look something like this. And we can pause until everybody has their waxing crescent shaded in. Okay. The next moon phase is slide 7 and page 7 of your moon book, which is going to be our half moon. We are going to type in half moon, make it nice and big. All right, everybody type half moon. All right, I'm ready to shade, so I'm going to get my shading pen out. And now I'm going to draw my line right down the middle of my moon. And I'm going to shade in the left half of the moon. So your half moon should look just like this. And we're going to pause here. All right, if you made it this far, we're on slide 8. This is our last moon in our moon book. So I would like you to click on the T. Our last moon on page 8 in our moon book is our waxing gibbous. Oh, Gibbous. Our waxing gibbous. We'll pause while everybody types waxing gibbous. All right, I'm ready to shade. I actually have to go into my pen and I'm going to change it to be a little bit smaller because I only am shading in a tiny little shadow now. Now I'm making a crescent shape on this side and I'm going to shade in just this tiny crescent piece on the left side of the moon. Let's see. Alrighty, and you can finish shading in your waxing gibbous. And when you're done, you are done with your animation. When you're done, if you finish everything, you can come click the green check mark. If you're not done with everything, to save it, you're going to click the orange draft button.